And that's right here, right now. You listen to me, Ricky Bobby.
Thank you for listening to the TTalks.net podcast, the show that brings you information, guidance, and support to entrepreneur-minded individuals like yourself. TTalks.net will give you something to talk about tomorrow. This isn't the daily show, but this is the show where you'll get everything. You'll get a fiesta of a mix with the old and the new. They will give you tips and insights into everyday business, big wins in everyday life. They have a lot to add, from bookkeeping to sales, sales management, and sales training, and daily content for listeners to learn and enjoy. We are here to improve your life and business or sales career. Without any further ado, introducing the dynamic duo, Alex Luca and Rafael Rodriguez Jr.
Woohoo! Hello again. Rafael, how you doing? My name's Alex DeLuca. Welcome back to T Talks, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, good evening. This is Rafael from Hollywood, Florida, saying good day, good night, and welcome.
It has all begun once again, April 15th, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we're here for T Talks. We're here to give it to give you a talk, give you something to talk about tomorrow, give you some big tips, wins, insights, everyday business and life, just like she said. That's phenomenal. Ralph, man, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Just having the time of my life.
Time of my life.
You know, we got on the show and we're kind of debating going back and forth as to should we talk about taxes or, taxes is over today, kind of.
Taxes.
It just kind of, I wanted to talk about customer service.
Well, customer service, so that's a good one. Oh my God. And, that speaks volume about you and your business.
Customer service.
Oof, customer service, man. That is a good one.
So, and the reason why I wanted to talk about customer service is because everybody has an idea about what customer service should be and how,
Yeah.
And the reason
Customer service, my mind just goes into 25 different directions when you say that. And bad experiences might stick out the most. I don't know if you remember the infamous Comcast situation with that recorded phone call years ago.
enlighten me.
Oh yeah, it's just at one point, you hated calling the cable person yourself, I'm sure at one point, but it was a homeowner was recording the entire conversation, how rude and no empathy, not even human-like qualities were coming through the other end of the phone from the Comcast representative. And it was a simple thing about fixing a homeowner's issue. And that just, they did a whole revamp, audit, HR, you name it. And a new, I guess, stepping stone was set in place of how things should be done over the phone, man. We've dealt with people over the phone, numerous accounts. Man.
I just finished a Zoom meeting that we went over by around 15, 20 minutes. And I kept thinking to myself that here I am trying to sell, and the way I was basically, I literally was discouraging for them to do something that it wasn't even going to be beneficial for them, even though I had so much to lose in regards to revenue. So in my mind, what comes first, the revenue or feeling good about yourself? And that's all kind of part of the customer service experience when they're dealing with an organization. And I think it's best to say that great customer service is the holy grail of a business.
The holy grail. It's what it's all about. Salespeople are the front, they're the face, so the first thing the customer sees, and a huge line of communication. But that person that answers the phone for your business, whether you're Comcast or you're selling widgets or home improvement, whoever answers that phone and you're talking to your customers, the service that is given to that, undivided attention person on the other side of the line means worlds and wonders when it comes to you growing your business, and providing, just success in the future.
And the irony of irony is that if you think about it, the and I always try to visualize this. So the
Visualize.
you visualize that your lowest payroll employees have the most amount of contact than the highest paid employee in the organization.
And that's a good way to put it. How do you put that in the mind of somebody that doesn't know that?
So, and say it one more time so it can actually dig in and,
Go
and,
ahead.
and
Go ahead.
just
Say it one more time.
so it actually sinks in. The the less the person makes, the more they're in front of the customer or answering. The higher they're making, the less within an organization, excluding salespeople. Because
Huge. How is that huge? And that's why. What was that great show, Undercover Boss? They finally, were able to go behind the scenes, and the corporate people up top are able to come down to the actual employee level, and you could see it in their faces, like, wow, these people are representing my business at Starbucks. These people represent my business at Lowe's.
or
And
Hooters.
that's these girls represent Hooters, Twin Peaks, no matter what it be. But in the cornerstone of stores in retail, Ralph, it used to be a rule. No matter what store it was, like, you had to say hi to that person. If you're an employee and you got your badge on, if you're not on break, but you have your badge on and you're by somebody, you ask them, "Hey, how are you? Can I help you with something?" That got lost in the retail translation long, long time ago.
Well, and you kind of want to, and I wanted to refresh on the ideal customer service, and I just lived it through and I just kept reflecting on it that,
Uh-huh.
and at one point they actually said, "Well, do you really want to do this, or And I'm like, honestly, I don't see a great benefit for you. There's no more greater benefit to you than it is to me, and if that's the case, then I just don't feel comfortable that
You know
I'm
how
going to
much
help you."
customer service can save a bad situation? Like, if you can talk with people and show some type of empathy and understanding and provide a solution, it will go a long way. Too many times have we seen it, Ralph, where you hear echoes and no response, and you're telling the person in charge there's nothing else that I can do. Please respond.
Well, one of the things I wanted to kind of just throw out there some numbers. Customers in general are just whelmed by customer service. 29% missed their expectation, 62% met their expectation, and only 5% exceeded their expectation.
Oof.
Now, if you're a business owner, you're a CEO, you're in charge of your organization, and I really want to think about an organization that cannot live with customers.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of one?
Not one.
Even the government,
Not one.
and the government, unfortunately, they're one of the worst ones because they, they think that there's nobody as a customer. They're just serving the people, and that's about it. And you're just lucky that I'm here, that type of
You're
scenario.
lucky. Yeah. No, for sure.
Don't and I'm overgeneralizing because there are a lot of great people within the government that they are out there to serve, and we got some great police, and we got some great firemen, hospital. We can name a ton, but I'm kind
Yes.
of overgeneralizing to kind of prove a point, uh, hopefully. But you know 5% exceeds expectation, and the question is, number one, how do you get a feedback from your customer base on how well you're doing any of these three? Did I meet your expectation? Did I exceed your expectation? Or did I underdeliver? And if you're not gauging that,
Like that gauge is tough. Just like anything, it's a numbers game and it requires effort, right? And you hear it the best from who is it? I don't know, Comcast, or bring it up just now, or I don't know, you call your credit card right at the beginning or the end, or they say it, or it's an auto tune that says, please stay on the line. After this, there is a survey for how your experience was. Like, and that is a stepping stone into asking for feedback. Like, you have to ask for it in some way, form, or another.
because most big organizations don't understand the value of it, and because there's so much, I mean, companies or managers have so much control in regards to what that customer says, or that what that employee says to that customer. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you train them and you kind of engrave the responses, that person has his own mind and his own way of explaining and understanding and dialoguing with that customer. So everybody is different. So
Aren't we all?
we are all different, and
Some in
it's
special ways.
and it's hard to use one system to explain when there are so many different variables within that one individual.
Hmm.
So, but there are a couple things that you can do to help you make better, and I think that's what we need to focus on. Is not so much of how bad things are going and be going, but what are the things that are necessary in order for you to improve on the approach, on the customer service approach, and it all starts from the top, where you start focusing on customer service. How do I improve customer service?
Well, we talk about that all the time. Like, what do we create Tea Talks for other than just to talk every night? To help people, right?
Yep.
So if you have the mindset of you're a helping organization, right? You're one, we can go back, even farther what type of organization you are, but you're always helping. Customer service, you're helping, you're real. And I'm just looking at this list here, and it's right up about everything. These first 1, 2, 3, 4 topics that I would think are great ideas of being for customer service skills, right? One is empathy, showing that you have empathy. I said that before, but you got to listen no matter what. It's all about listening.
Persuasive speaking skills.
And that's when I said, if you can speak clearly and there is a problem, you can provide a solution, and you can be persuasive in doing so.
Adaptability.
Ooh, adaptability. That's, I think like on Tea Talks episode 2 or 1, you said, what is a sales rep? I said, we are a chameleon. We are able to adapt to anything, but of course, you adapt to the situation, whatever's going on, and once again, you feel them and you respond.
I think one of the biggest one is having the ability to use positive language.
Explain that one, Ralph.
Uh-huh.
Please explain that one.
Well, the job of the customer service rep, or if you're dealing with a customer, is to turn a negative experience to a positive experience. Even though it might be a negative experience, take the positive of that negative, and you need to be empathetic, and of course the apologies, but it's not just apologizing, but it has to be felt that you're really apologizing, even though you have no fault at all of what actually transpired. If we're dealing with a dispute or an issue, I mean,
Yes.
typically, why will you call customer service, or why will you call a company if everything is going well?
You really wouldn't. And this one, it comes, back to tracking. You're tracking, right? You're doing a couple things. You can kill two birds with one stone here. You're calling, you're asking for feedback, or you're calling to, this is the topic that I forgot after I was listening to you, but you get reviews, right? And you get good feedback, and you go after referrals. You're doing more than one thing when you're trying to get this feedback of how you did, or how the company did, or what can change. These are all, the cycle of a sale and a history of that person. It doesn't just stop at the sale.
Well, and this is where clear communication skills is not only good for the organization, but it is the responsibility of the hiring manager or the hiring individual to make sure that they do hire good communicators. But you have to commit to training everyone on your customer service, guidelines
Well,
that you want people to do. Because
and there's so many different things that we can say there about properly onboarding your team, right? Them knowing your company mission, the overall customer service oriented approach to the phone call. It's all fine tuned, and you see it so many times. And I just bought a car today. We were talking about, and I was talking to the sales rep. Dude, they just throw these guys in there now. They don't pay them much. Like, here you go. Oh my God.
oh, by the way, just in case you did not know, Dodge almost got to 27 cents today.
All right, so that was 16 minutes we made it. 16 minutes and 19 seconds in the recording, and that was the first mention of Dodge. Holy crap. 27 cents, I think I saw before
Yes,
we jumped on.
I believe it was 27 cents. I might be wrong, but I just did it. I kind of wanted to.
Un-effing believable. Oh, my.
And it's incredible.
Where's the crowd clapping for that one, dude? Come on. Where's the crowd for that one? Dogecoin to the moon. But that is unbelievable, isn't it?
This is Dodge.
Okay. Unbelievable. But yeah, no, Bitcoin, is up.
Dodge made it to the moon.
Oh, where's all them haters now? Where they at?
Oh man.
But no,
anyways,
that's
back
awesome.
to,
And that
topic
just
here.
shows real quick, hustle nonstop, always on something. My man Rafael on the other side right now in Hollywood, hanging out, still with his sunglasses on his head at 10:17 p.m. We don't stop, baby. We don't stop.
And thanks for noticing. This is a second day. As you can see, that I just come straight and it's just.
And we keep it
nonstop.
rolling. It's tax season. Today is the official kickoff. Are we going to be like AC now? Are we like, we did the BC episodes. This is AC. Is that how it's going to go?
Yes.
So this is our launch. This is
Well,
April
tomorrow is our
15th.
official.
All right,
official
after,
launch
so the
date.
16th. So we're working on it. We'll get there. But that's awesome. I hope everybody has been enjoying. We got a nice little following here. We will put more into blasting our two goofy selves and getting more into topics, doing interviews in the future of whoever you want and pretty much whoever we want to put on the air. But Ralph, we're talking about some good stuff, customer service, being friendly, going back to the smiling and dialing, getting on the phone, and
that brings
really,
back memories.
yeah, man. Whew.
Self-control.
Setup.
Hold on. Self-control. Self-control.
All right. T-Talk topic, customer service. Let's hit it.
Self-control. People have to realize that it's not anything against you personally. You might not see this person ever if you're on the phone. If they're in the counter, just step back a second, take a breather, and just say, this is not against me. This is not personally. Let me see what I can do to change that experience. And I guess I was fortunate enough, and I'll try to make it a short story, is that in a very young age, I've been always. My dad was an entrepreneur, and he had a couple businesses, and one of them was a store, a pretty large store, and my uncle will fight for anything. We had people returning, deodorant that was used, shoes. They'll wear it and they bring it back that they didn't like it. And my dad was the type of individual that said, "Hey, you know what? Let's just change it, and we'll return it, get credit, and move on. My uncle, and they were partners, by the way. My uncle, on the other hand, he argued and said, "No, you already wore this. Yeah, we're not going to return it." Blah 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 blah. Well, in one of those instances, the individual wanted to return some shoes, and he actually went into the store. He had a tantrum to the point that he broke almost $300 worth of products and ran out the store. So for a $6 shoe, and we're going back, long time ago. These are cheap shoes. For $6 shoes, my uncle almost got beaten up. Almost $300 worth of product that were damaged, thrown into the floor, and the guy just ran outside. So, what's the moral of the story?
I don't know, man. The customer's right.
Most of the time, the customer's right, and if they're wrong, go to step one, which is they're right. And there's ways of saying that you're wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and exchange it this time, but just know that if this happens again, we might
and that's
return it.
Tougher to do with higher ticket items. How many times have you seen mistakes getting eaten in the construction industry? Eaten.
Yeah.
There goes margin. Poof.
Well, the next one is taking responsibility, and it starts from the top too. If your customer service manager cannot take responsibility, how do you expect their people to take responsibility?
No, right from the top, of course.
And one of the ones that are really kind of key is that individual has to know and needs to be patient. Just it requires nurturing,
that one.
listening.
As much as patience is, like, you can't emphasize that. It's not an emphasizable thing, but patience is patience. You need the patience. Just like I need patience with my 8-year-old. At times you need patience with, whoever's on the other line, because, man, they will dig into you.
Oh, they can. I mean,
you just sit and you're like, okay, I'm listening. So sorry. Do you really? I'm going to have to bring that up in the next meeting.
Like I said, you got to sound genuine as well, and
yes.
So,
how about the Marlins? Like, right? I'm just kidding.
I have the slightest idea. I'm not even following. I haven't even had time to look at what's happening.
See how easy now we're thinking about something else already.
Some of the most important qualities of customer service representative as ranked by customers. Number 1, efficiency. And be able to answer questions and handle transaction quickly. 29% says is empowering, handle requests without having to transfer or escalation. And here's one of my pet peeves, right? You blind transferring, where you have to explain yourself 3 or 4 times because the person that was on the line couldn't take the 30 seconds to say, "Hey, I have a live one that is looking for XYZ. Can you help them?" "Yes." "Okay, transfer over." I mean, how easy do you think that transaction should be?
Should be pretty easy, but yeah, I've gotten frustrated when I'm talking to, the bank, and they ask me the questions 3 different times, and then I finally get to talk about the account. But yeah, being it goes back to communication, right?
No, absolutely. Man, time is flying. Jeez. So
look at this.
And next one, it's being courteous, being polite.
Okay.
Thanking them, addressing the customer with, "Hey, you, what's up? You need some help? Yo,
What's up, man? What's going on?"
Hi, Mr., Mrs., Madam. Just courteous. 14% being human. Be able to connect. "Hi, my name is Rafael. I am here to help you. What are you looking for?"
They have literally phone systems that sound better than that nowadays.
And I think that one of the things, knowledge, it comes with time, but I think that if you have the willingness to learn, you have the willingness to help people, you have the willingness to be open, uh, you're a good, you should be a good listener.
Mm-hmm.
You should be fluent and be apathetic and kind of have an idea of your products. Um, that will go a long way. And I think we said it many times. If you don't know, it's better to say I don't know. But hold on, let me get the right person, and really try to get the right person, not just transferring. And I'm huge in regards to, especially for selling. Especially when you're selling to the consumer, everything needs to be measured to the point where you got to be able to talk to them and don't give them a reason why to doubt that you were chosen.
No, that makes sense, man. It's all full circle.
Ability to admit you don't have the answer. We learned that 39% of the millennium checks on company FAQ page first. So if you're trying to talk to a millennium and trying to give them some BS, they might come back at you and say, "Why are you giving me so much hot wash?"
Why
One
are you
third,
doing it?
huh?
I said, why are you doing it?
Listen to this.
All right.
1/3 of customers say they rather clean a toilet than speak with the customer service.
That's tough, man. And the picture has been painted by none other than bad customer service people.
Um, anyways, what else can I say?
Ladies and gentlemen, what else can he say?
I think that the bottom line
There's
is
a lot
that,
of numbers on this one today.
huh?
There's a lot of numbers on this one today.
Oh, absolutely. I think that at the end of the day, customer service people, they're really sales. They should be almost like sales guys with thick skin, because typically a salesperson must have pretty much all the different traits that we just talked about to a
Mhm.
higher level, and especially if they want to connect, and especially the good successful ones. I believe that they possess maybe more one than other, but they probably excel, and probably most of the ones that we just talked about, if they're an effective sales person. Because you can be a great salesperson and all you're doing is lowballing, and of course you're getting all the sales. I mean, we know that this has happened in our industry. If you're
Of
selling
course.
everything 1/3 cheaper than everybody else, of course you're gonna be killing it. Not only are you're kind of being selfish at the same token, because you're killing it for yourself, but you're just damaging the company.
No, for sure. Crazy stuff out there, man.
But one of the things, if you got any suggestions or any topics you want us to go ahead and dig up and research and just share it with you guys, just leave a comment below. We'd be more than happy to put it on our list of topics that we're covering. Sometimes we have a list of topics that we're going to cover for the week, but something happened along the line that we thought it was important to make that change. We everybody knows by now, if you've been kind of listening to us for a while, is that we have a hard time kind of staying in topic. Um,
That's with the information right in front of our faces, ladies and gentlemen.
well, that's why we have it in front of us, is to make certain that that we're providing you accurate and factual information, and we're not just coming up with just doo-doo to share just so we can talk and just have hot air.
No doodle on this show. Tea Talks was meant to be inspirational. Follow it. The best part about it is it's live, it's uncut, and You got the new school in the trenches still on a daily basis, and you got the old school who's been in the trenches since the trenches were made in World War I.
All right, so with that said, guys, it is time, and we are
to say goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to ttalks.net. If you have any questions, comments, or something you want us to talk about, email us at Rafael@ttalks.net or comment below. Please follow us on YouTube at ttalksnet and Facebook at ttalksnet. Please rate us and don't forget that sharing is caring. Thank you for your support. Till next time, we will T-Talk later.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Alex DeLuca, and good night from Naples.
And this is Rafael from Hollywood, Florida, saying good night.